The quest for good hair. Don't think about it. Just do it. I remember back in the day the grief many Afro-American women experienced about the length and condition of their hair. Due to hair weaving, this worry is no longer present. Although African people have the most flexible and dynamic hair of all the human populations because of its texture and the fact that it can be styled in numerous ways, some Afro-Americans are ashamed of their hair. I started to think about this phenomenon and wondered if we had always experienced this anxiety. To discover the historical relationship of Afro-American women to their hair, I looked at the hairstyles of the first Afro-Americans, the indigenous Black Native Americans. What I discovered is that Afro-Americans have always given great attention to grooming their hair. I also found that Afro-Americans have always combed and oiled their hair to keep it healthy and well-groomed, whereas Mongoloid Indians, due to their straight hair, usually only place their hair in one or two braids. Indigenous Afro-Americans usually made cornrows. Indigenous Afro-Americans did not resign themselves to one hairstyle. When they wore it natural, they left it curly or frizzy. Using oils and gels, some of the Afro-Americans made their hair stand straight up in the air. Other indigenous Afro-Americans, due to constant oiling and grooming of their hair, would wear it long so it could blow in the wind. No matter what hairstyle indigenous Afro-Americans wore their hair, they were proud, men and women. Having originally wondered how indigenous Afro-Americans felt about their hair prior to European contact, after a bit of research discussed in this video, I discovered that our ancestors have always been creative in how they wore their hair and loved themselves as proven by their grooming. I'm glad I studied the hairstyles of the indigenous Afro-Americans. I learned that styling hair was a serious matter to our indigenous ancestors, and they were not ashamed of their hair. It appears that Afro-Americans before European contact felt all hair types illustrated their good hair. Truly, don't spend all your time thinking about it. Do some research and find out what you want to know.